Peace to everyone. Well, it's been a good day for me today. I hope it's been good for you. Just had an intense conversation with a friend. And we have opposite insights about what's going on in the world and who's responsible for what and who the players are and how they intertwine with each other. And it was good. It was very stimulating because, we're living in chaotic times, just in case you didn't know. And finding people that you can even talk to and be with and communicate with is not as easy as sometimes you would like. And part of that is because we live in a world, a universe that is multifaceted. And we, as human beings, all have our own wiring. So we never really, very rarely anyway, see eye to eye on everything. But in this case, this conversation was good because we did see eye to eye conceptually. And what I'd like to talk about is perception and concepts and issues and attitudes, okay? Because our understanding of who we are and how we fit into the world sometimes is limited. If you weren't raised with the knowledge of what your purpose is and what the world is and how you fit in it, it's really a puzzle. And even if you did have insights, constantly learning, things are always unfolding, which some people have time to think about and some people don't. Some people are so burdened with their issues, and what they don't know is that we all have them. We all have lessons that we are here to learn. Lessons that sometimes are very painful. Lessons that sometimes we get lost and we do things that we don't intend to do. We hurt people, we hurt ourselves. And that is because we don't really know the game of life. We don't have an understanding of why we're here and what we are here to do. That being said, that can create a tremendous amount of stress. So what do I mean by issues? Well, issues are things that bring us down. They have a very strong hold on our ability to see things clearly. That's pretty good, I like that. For instance, everyone has elements of greed, anger, ego for sure, lust. Any of these elements, any of these things that are out of proportion can create an issue. And things that have happened to us in childhood. Usually our issues, you see, let me explain something. We come in this world with challenges and issues. Let me give you an example. Sometimes we lose a parent when we're young. Sometimes there's a divorce. Sometimes you come with an illness, an ailment, asthma or obesity, or you may come with a mental challenge. You may have gotten abused in your life, sexually, physically, verbally. Everyone comes with something that they have to deal with and that they have to learn how to either adapt to or heal. And that's what I mean about issues. And unfortunately, for many years, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only, nobody understood my problem. Nobody could ever understand it. This is what I thought, which isolated me from people. It made me feel my self-esteem in certain areas was very low. And it wasn't until actually in my 40s that I got a healing. And it came from a man, from a spiritual friend, a spiritual elder from India. He was my teacher and gave me a very deep understanding about what I was feeling and made me understand that it wasn't just my problem. I just did not have enough, I call it presence of the Most High, presence of the Creator. Now here's where we go into concept. Some people will say God. Some people will say Allah. Some people will say Jesus. Some people will say the Most High. But the concept, the Creator of this universe and of all of us, for me, is the redeeming factor in humanity, because that force, that God force, is what all of us have a capacity to embody. When that force becomes the dominating force within us, our issues begin to diminish, including our addictions, our negative habits, and I call that consciousness. Con with Fidel, faith, but that's confidence. Consciousness is with knowledge, coming from SCI in Latin, meaning to know. With knowledge. We need this knowledge about ourselves, and we can use this knowledge about the world. Now, when we can put that knowledge together with who we are and what the world is and why we're here, that gives us a jump start into being productive and manifesting goodness and prosperity and health, or whatever the gifts that have been given to you. You see, again, it's very specific, because we've all been given issues, we've all been given gifts, and we've all been given lessons, and we've all been given assignments in this world. And what the ideal goal is, in my humble opinion, is to put these pieces together and make life worth living. I was told that the gift of life was the greatest gift we had. It's what a human being has above all of the other species and creatures in the world. We are the highest rung of this conscious ladder. We are the highest. We've been given the most in terms of being and presence in the world. Technically, we were given dominion. We were given power. You see, the world for some people is a war zone. For some people, it's a paradise. For some people, it's a school. For some people, it's a circus. For some people, it's a battleground. It's a prison. So you see what I mean about designer situations? I can't tell you how to live your life, but I may have a few pearls to help you live it more effectively. I am in personally, I've made more mistakes than I would like to even admit to. I have messed up so much that I feel like, all I can say is I'm just so grateful that I've been forgiven by all of the indiscretions I did when I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue. I was clueless. I thought I had it together until the indiscretions began to manifest in pain to others and to myself. So I've learned a lot. And so what I'm sharing, I'm an expert what I'm sharing because I've experienced a lot of stuff. Good, bad, and ugly. And I take responsibility for all of it. The good was just a gift. The bad, I created. And sometimes not because I didn't know. I just wasn't present. I wasn't in my right mind. So I'm saying this to give you some something so that you're not so hard on yourselves if you've messed up or if you've experienced things from a child that have still lingered in your consciousness. I want to give you some things that will help you get through it and to heal it. There's lessons to be learned. Now, something coming into my mind right now is that there are laws in the universe. There are natural laws. There are universal laws. And if you don't know the laws, you will violate them. And when you violate them, you will pay the consequences. For instance, there's natural laws. Nature, the earth, was given to us with food to eat from the plant kingdom. Nature gives us favor when we follow those rules, when we don't kill and eat animals, when we don't, or let's just say, when we eat organically, when we chew our food, when we drink enough water to stay hydrated, we're following the laws of nature. When we violate these laws, we get sick. We get sick, we get asthma, we get diabetes, we get cancer, we get a lot of things that could have been avoided. But we violated the laws. Some people say, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that makes... It does have a connection. The connection is when the blood is pure, when it's circulating because we've been exercising and we're getting enough energy to our brain, we feel good. Health makes you feel good. That's why they say it's your wealth. When you're not in pain, I feel good. I feel so good. Yeah. You know, even when things have hurt you in the past, when your body starts to heal and your heart and your emotions start to heal, it's easier to let go of stuff. You need energy even to grieve. I didn't grieve my mother until recently. The last couple of years I find myself, because I've been healing and I have the energy to grieve. Before, I was on my feet all the time. I was moving, and you know, I couldn't even think. I didn't even have time for 25, 30 years to even think about her death. But when I think about all the things she gave me, and all the things she taught me. And the reason that I'm still here is because of what my mother trained me and shared with me from 5 years old. All I can say is, thank you. Thank you, Mommy. Because I would have been dead a long time ago. I'm in the last quarter. I'm in the last quarter of my life. And I'm going to give it the best that I got. I'm going to share with the youth because the youth are disoriented. They don't even understand what they're going through. They have been so misled and so undernourished mentally, physically, and spiritually, and God knows emotionally. So I want to give them an understanding of what life is about. And I'm going to do it in segments. And, you know, some of the things they need to do is get into nature more. They need to sit with the trees and go out and see the cows and go to the ocean and take off some of the technology energy that they're dealing with. They don't even often know how to have a conversation. They don't talk to you. We used to talk at least to somebody that would listen. We weren't that fond of adults, but if we found one or two that we could relate to, we would respect and have a conversation with them. But right now, the elders are bugging. I'm sorry, I know I wrote a book, but I know what bugging is about because I was bugging most of my life. So I want to bring some kind of joy and healing and peace to as many people as I can. And I hope that you're receptive to it. Love y'all. Peace.